Sir Duke, Jamie, are you okay? The realm, the closer, shka, shka, CEO. Click, green, ninja, gisly, mortis, pumpkin, lunatic. Hello, how are all y'all doing? Shaka, 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 shaka. Hello, hi on ramens, hello. And Olivia, thank you so very much for your sub. Thank you, and Olivia, Hey, click and shk. D-I, click L, shk, I, dot, D-I, dot, A, shk. Hello, thank you. And Olivia, I'm not sure if the stuff that you sent came to the P.O. box, but I drove to the post office today and they were closed. I was very sad. So I didn't get to check the P.O. box, but I know you said you had sent some stuff. But that's okay. I will be able to go check on Monday because I know they're closed on Sunday. I didn't know they closed early on Saturdays though. They closed at like 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Ridiculous. So, whatever. I will go on Monday. Did you let them know you were gonna go? Because I gotta make an exception for you. You know, Destructicon, I'm not gonna lie. I had a little bit of a southern spirit moment whenever I got there and I realized it was closed, and I was like, maybe if I just knock real nice on the door and look a little sad, someone will magically pop up and let me check my mailbox in there. But it didn't work. I knocked and I peeked in, and there were no late workers there willing to let me in. My hamster is in that mailbox. Exactly. I saw that it was delivered. No worries. I'm sure there's enough air in the box to survive until Monday. Oh no. Uh-oh. Well, I sure hope so, Aunt Olivia. Common Southerner strategy. Dude, you can get so far in the South with some goodwill. Not even in the South, just in the country, alright? In the country. The countryside in Oregon has a similar hospitable spirit, I have realized. And also just country people are nice to other country people. Okay? I think I've said it before, but I had never ever gotten pulled over while I was driving until I moved to Oregon. And in Oregon I've gotten pulled over 3 times. But I haven't gotten any tickets yet. Thank goodness. But the first time I got pulled over, I was way out in the country, just making a drive between cities. And I don't actually even remember what it was. I don't know why I got pulled over. I'm gonna say I was speeding because I feel like if it was something else, it would have made more of an impression in my head. So I was probably speeding. But I actually don't remember. Maybe I forgot to turn on my blinker or something. I don't know. But I got pulled over, and the cop came to the car, and he was like, "Hello, roll down your window, ma'am." And I rolled down my window, and he was like, "So where are you off to?" And I was like, "I'm from Louisiana. I'm going to visit my family," because I was on my way to visit my family. And I still have my Louisiana plates on my car. He let me off scot-free, okay? I just had to be a little southern lady for a moment. Are you a speeder? I'm actually not a speeder, habitually. If I was speeding, it was probably a genuine accident. I probably just missed the sign, you know what I mean? Which when you're way out in the middle of nowhere, that happens. I don't like driving super fast, mostly because like I've always driven kind of like smaller cars or cars with like less crazy engines, you know what I mean? So like I don't know, I don't like it when when I hear my car working very hard. It like stresses me out, so 60 miles an hour is like enough for me. I never need to go higher than that on the highway. But I will say, in Louisiana, the highways, you get like 70-mile-per-hour highways pretty often, 70, 75, sometimes even 80, right? But I would say usually like 70 miles per hour is like highway speed. But in Oregon, 55 miles an hour is like the highway speed. So that's like different. And whenever I was driving from Louisiana to Oregon, Wyoming had like 95-mile-per-hour sections of the highway. Crazy, just because it's so empty. It's so empty. 95 miles an hour. Amazing. 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 Are there speed radars around where you tend to drive that give you automatic tickets? In the city there are, I think, but in the country, no. Hello, my back aches, so I'm gonna stretch and listen. Ah, nice, nice cactus. Stretch your back. I wanted to do rows at the gym, because the last day that I went to the gym was upper body day, but there was this guy just like camping on the bench that I like to do my rows on. It's like a cable machine thing, and none of the other cable machines are exactly like it. So I really like that one. And there was this guy who's just camping on it. It was where he was resting between his sets of everything else. So at first, when I saw him there, I was like, oh, I'll just wait for him to finish whatever he's doing. No big deal. But I noticed, like, he was really just staying there. Between every exercise he did, he was going to sit on that bench for like 5 minutes. So I just didn't do my rows, so I don't have a sore back, Cactus. I'm jealous of you. I never got to do my rows, but perhaps tonight I will, because I think tonight I'm probably going to the gym. Ah, CEO, I cooked lentils in a rice cooker recently. It smells great, but the 2-to-1 water ratio wasn't enough, I think. Ah, interesting. I usually like the 2-to-1 water ratio for lentils, but every rice cooker is a little bit different, and it also depends on how you like your lentils. Ah, that's interesting for Rome. Yeah, that's a tip for speeders, which I'm not a habitual speeder, especially in the city. In the city, if anything, I drive too slow because I'm paranoid of like hitting people. Like I really don't want to hit anyone. And crosswalks are everywhere, which is like a good thing, share the road. But I get really worried about hitting people, so I go pretty slow in the city. Do you have speed bumps? Sometimes. Yes. My birthday was yesterday and you helped me sleep a lot, Sleepy. Where should I deposit my $5 million? Oh my gosh, the Lancer. You should deposit your $5 million. S- um, uh, 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 I don't know, somewhere. Yeah, you can buy some merch. Click, clack, tickety tack, tingle. Click, click, click. Realistically, though, you should probably just put it all inside of a box and then bury it in a hole in the ground. Like, if we want to be realistic about it. Shrug. 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 Or just spend it all on really nice Etsy items. God, I love Etsy. Man. Just get like really nice mason jars and like pretty handmade curtains. Dude, the other day I was looking at cat platforms that are handmade on Etsy. God, guys, it's they're so beautiful, but they're so stupidly expensive, you know? But like you can have like your walls like decked out to be like cat exploration, cat entertainment areas, cat jungle gym stuff. And so like wood carvers make these beautiful setups that you can order on Etsy, and they're all like $1,000. They're like between $500 and $1,000. Insane. But they're kind of inspiring. So they might inspire me to just like go to Lowe's and get some planks of wood and try to do something myself for much cheaper. I had a hilarious interaction today. I went on a walk. This is one of the funniest interactions I've ever had. I was walking on a path and I passed this little family, and it was I'm gonna assume that this was a grandfather. He was like an older gentleman with two pretty young girls, maybe like 9 and 7 or something like that. Two little girls. They were walking around. They had a dog too. And the guy kind of stopped me and he said, "What is that on your shirt?" And I was wearing a Louisiana shirt that had like a place on it. And I was like, "Oh, it's blah, blah, blah. That's where I'm from." And he said, "Oh, I'm from Texas, so I'm actually familiar with that place. Are you familiar with this place?" And so then we were chatting a little bit. And then so we were chatting, and then he introduced his two girls to me. And as he introduced, right after he told me their names, I said, "Oh, hi, I'm Tessa." And he turned to the older one of the two little girls and he said, "Did you hear that? Did you hear her name? Say it back." He was trying to encourage them because they were being really shy, kind of like putting their heads down and kicking rocks around. And he was like, "Say it back, say it back." And she looked terrified. She like kind of looked between him and looked and me and looked and then just kind of like put her head down. And then he said, "What's her name? Say her name." And she looked mortified and she looked up at him and said, "Ketchup?" I was like, "Tessa." It was so funny. I felt so bad for her because she knew she had it wrong, but her grandpa was like making her say it, Oh, poor girl. It was very cute though. Yes, Splaz, it was so cute. Click, click, click. That's me when I'm under pressure. Yeah, it was relatable. I related to that girl so much. It did make me wonder, like, if I was saying my name wrong or something. Like, I mean, not wrong, but I was surprised that she couldn't hear it. My big forehead. Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Ketchup. Thank you. And Soda Planta, thank you for your prime. Thank you, my friends. M, click, Y, shk, B, shk, shk, I, dot, G, 4, H, click, E, sk, A, shk, D, and Soda Planta. S, O, shk, D, click, A, shk, B, click, L, A, shk, and Maybe it was the hair that got her. Maybe so. I don't know. Who's to say? Who's to say? Also, I wanted to let y'all know that probably in the future, I'm going to start dual streaming on YouTube again. But I'm not going to do it on my main YouTube channel. I'm going to do it on the Sleepy Supplementals channel. So it's probably going to be a much smaller audience, if not the exact same audience. You know what I mean? But I'm going to start dual streaming on YouTube just to see if we can grow the audience a little bit there and kind of prep ourselves for the Twitch apocalypse. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not really doing it to get more views. I'm more doing it to get y'all used to YouTube. Just in case. Just in case. You really think the Twitch apocalypse will happen? I have a feeling the platform will be around for a while. I don't know how long it will be like a very tenable platform though, unless a lot of stuff changes. Because it's pretty bad right now. I saw an Asmongold video yesterday that was like, what was the name of it? Let me see, I have it somewhere. I saw this Asmongold video yesterday that was like, Twitch is done, the ad apocalypse has begun, right? And I didn't take it too seriously, honestly. I was like, LOL, whatever, people are always catastrophizing. And then I watched the video, and I still wasn't taking it seriously. I still wasn't taking it very seriously, because it was people in the video, massive creators, complaining about their ad revenue. And I just didn't care, because, like, I don't know, I don't care. And also because most of what I get on Twitch is subscribers. I've never gotten a huge amount of ad revenue, right? But I do get a little bit of ad revenue, but I still didn't really care about the video too much. Profits wise, with the same amount of viewers, do you know if YouTube is better? I do not know. And yeah, exactly, and Olivia, Twitch has never made a profit as a company. But the thing is that if advertisers are pulling out of Twitch, then Twitch has less money, and if Twitch has less money, the platform will suffer, right? Just the platform will suffer over time. And where advertisers go is where kind of the future of the internet is in a lot of places. But then out of curiosity, I went to my monetization analytics because I was just like, I want to see, like, am I being affected by this at all? And y'all, it is laughable how little ad money I'm getting. I will tell y'all, in the last 30 days, I have made 13 cents. 13 cents from ad revenue on Twitch, which is very funny. It's a very funny number. And I don't so much care about the money, it's more just an indication that the platform is suffering. So that's why I feel like I need to be, you know. But what was it before? The previous pay period, it was $79 from AdSense. And then the previous one, I think it was $112 or $120 or something. And that's more normal. Usually I make around $100 just from ads on Twitch. And then the last pay period, it was $79, which was a little bit lower. And then this pay period, 13 cents. 13 cents. So yeah, that's a huge drop. I assume you took into account if you streamed the same amount. Yeah. I did stream slightly less this period, but I've streamed this amount in previous pay periods where it was still around $100. So time for 9-minute ad breaks. It wouldn't even help. And like, that's not the point, you know? It's just not the point. Hello, Lily is Pink. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. So if we tip 26 cents a stream, you can just turn off ads completely? I mean, I'm considering just turning off ads completely. Like, why not, right? Why not? Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people sub because of ads, right? And subs are where how I actually make money from Twitch. So part of me is nervous that if I completely turn off ads on Twitch, then like, you know, my subs would go away, and subs are already so much more expensive than they used to be. It's just like this whole thing. So I just feel conflicted about the platform, and so we're diversifying. Aren't ads forced regardless? Yeah, that's true as well. Even if I turned off ads, there would still be ads on my stuff. Do you know what's your ratio of sub versus unsub viewers? I actually don't. I don't know how I check that. Is there a way to check that? Community... analytics? Research? Would that be where it is? No. Overview? I don't know. Where I would find that. Curiously though, my views are actually up, apparently. I usually don't spend too much time in my Twitch analytics. But yeah, my views are up this month. Apparently. Interesting. I've never been on Kick, so I don't really know what it's like there, but I don't have any plans. I don't think I need to do that. No, Poochie, it's not a me problem. This is literally everyone. Like, it's not like a thing that's happened to my channel. It's legitimately happened to everyone, so it's not an ASMR category thing. It's not like a my channel thing. It's everyone. I think one of the downsides from YouTube is that a lot of people use their real name as handles and streamers feel weird about it. Would you feel icky with it? I don't care about that. Like, y'all's real names? I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me. During dual stream, will you be reading both chats or just Twitch? I highly doubt YouTube chat will be very busy because it's going to be on my second channel, which only has like a couple thousand subscribers. But I will definitely be prioritizing Twitch chat. I think Twitch chat will be the only chat showing up here, but I'm also not sure. But I'll be prioritizing Twitch chat. You gonna advertise on your main channel? Probably not. Unless I want to, but I haven't decided. Probably not. I think that means you would need to go back to posting streaming at blank time in YouTube again, though. I don't think so. I don't think it means that at all. As someone who watches YouTube streamers, they never announce anything. They just go live. So, no. I disagree. Are they easy to find, though? They're easy to find because of the magic of the YouTube algorithm. They just show up when you open YouTube. Isn't because they're subbed to the main channel and not the VOD channel? I'm not really interested in, like, everyone from the main channel, you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy for them to come to the stream, but, like, I don't want like a massive influx of new audience. Like, that's not what I want. I want a gradual little stream of new people coming in because they find it. That is ideal. How do subscribers from the channel get notified that you've gone live? Well, they subscribe to the VOD's channel, and then they click notifications, they click the bell. Any reason to have it on the second channel? Yeah, I think it's like a culture clash, you know? Like, my streams are very different from my videos, and a lot of people enjoy both. I obviously enjoy both, and I like that. I like both, but there's a very different audience, and so I think if I just start on the second channel and let people kind of find it and slowly come in, then it'll be like less of a like culture two chats like meeting each other craziness moment, because that's kind of how it felt whenever I dual streamed on YouTube. On my main channel, it felt like two very different audiences, and it was like a little bit overwhelming because of that. Because the YouTube people didn't know me, and then Twitch people did know me, and yeah, it was very different. People on second channel are familiar with 4-hour videos, people in the main are used to 20-minute videos. Yeah, and the people from the main channel are used to seeing me doing role plays. They're used to not seeing me like speak off the cuff. They're it's a different audience. It can be jarring when you have the what's your favorite questions flooding in all at once, the constant trigger requests. Right, it's like all of y'all already know all the basic facts about me. And every now and then there's like a new person or two who comes in and they ask like, I don't know, what's your favorite whatever, and that's fine. And I answer and it's great and it's fine. But yeah, seeing like an entire influx of people who are kind of treating it like it's my first stream is like overwhelming. We didn't even know your real name was Ketchup until today. So true, so true. What's your favorite ketchup? Dude, I like ketchup that's in like a glass bottle at restaurants. You know what I mean? That you have to like, and then it plops out. Yum. Who's your favorite Roman emperor? You know, Diocletian made a lot of cool Christian martyrs. I'll give him that. But he was pretty bad. Pretty bad. What's your favorite thing to have ketchup with? Oh my god, dude. Tater tots? Sweet potato tater tots go hard. I like all of the potato things though. Like french fries are good, sweet potato french fries are good, tater tots are good. Onion rings are pretty good, but I think sweet potato tater tots are like the best. The best. The best. The best. The best. The best. Oh my goodness, Rob, man, that's pretty good. As a Pittsburgher, let me tell you the secret of the glass bottle. Hold it in one hand and slap the Heinz logo on the neck while tilting it and the ketchup will pour smoothly. So this is a fantastic tip, but you say as a Pittsburgher, what kind of authority does being from Pittsburgh grant one as it pertains to ketchup pouring? Is that a thing? Are Pittsburghers like ketchup people? Heinz is a Pittsburgh company? Okay, that's fair. That's fair, that's cool, that's cool. They make sweet potato tater tots, that sounds amazing. Yo, if you have Safeway around you, you can get them, or Albertsons, okay? Because I know that they have them there. I know that they have them at Safeway and Albertsons in the freezer section, okay? If you have different grocery stores, they probably have them. Probably. Have you ever been to Astoria? Yes. I'm going to quit my job so I can go to Safeway right now. Good. Get those sweet potato tater tots. Sweet potato tots. Sweet potato tots. Sweet potato tots. Have you been to Seattle? Yes, I have been to Seattle. I've been to Seattle a couple times. I actually went to Seattle before I lived in Oregon. But I've also been there since I've lived here. Question, y'all put ketchup on sweet potato fries? Yes. Oh my god. I forgot to get fucking mascara at the grocery store again. Gosh, dang it. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I swear to God, every single time I go, I forget. Again, pumpkin lunatic. Again. So sad. Yep. I don't usually wear mascara when I stream because I don't think y'all can see it very much and it doesn't make a difference, and mascara irritates my eyes if I wear it for a long time. So I just choose not to when I stream. I think it makes more of a difference when I record videos. Why grocery store though? Because it's a pharmacy, it's just cheaper. And still pretty good. You can, there's pharmacy, like, cheap brands are in pharmacies and grocery stores. Most people don't buy makeup at, like, Sephora and Ulta, okay? That's some, like, TikTok girl shit. It's, like, not actually, like, your everyday normal stuff. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it. If your girl is telling you she needs to go to Sephora and Ulta, she don't. But she can as a wonderful treat, and also, like, if you have the freedom and the resources to do that, then absolutely. But, like, yeah, that's no one needs that. No one needs that. No one needs that. Can't you grab some when you go to the gym later? They don't sell mascara at my gym, unfortunately. Hello, JD. Hello, JD. And hello, Savage Looper. Hello, welcome in. Welcome in. Do you have a favorite fancy makeup brand? I don't. I am like, I don't know. No, I don't use fancy makeup, and, like, I think I'm afraid of it, honestly, because, like, first of all, I have very sensitive skin, very sensitive, and I have found the products that work well enough for me, and I just stick with them, and none of them are fancy. And fancy makeup looks so nice sometimes, and part of me is like, I know I could do prettier, more interesting, like, beautiful makeup if I invested in these, like, pricier brands, but I'm afraid of making an investment that's just not going to be worth it at all. You know what I mean? Because it's so expensive, and what if it's just the same as this? Or what if it's worse because it irritates my eyes / skin / whatever? Like, so I just don't buy fancy makeup, but I feel the same way I do about fancy makeup as I do about therapists, actually. Like, one of the biggest struggles is the time investment to find the right one. You know what I mean? It's the time investment to find the right one. I don't have the amount of freedom in my life to afford both, like, the product and the time of, like, testing different products, if that makes sense. Like, it's just too much. It's too much. And it's not necessary. I'm surviving. Andes, thank you for your prime. Thank you for your prime. Thank you for your prime. A click and shk. D shk. E U skk. S. Thank you. 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 Click, click, click. Shk, shk, shk. Yes, why I love e.l.f. Yeah, I use e.l.f. Most of the makeup that I use is e.l.f. If it ain't broke, don't change it. Exactly. How much of a difference does the brand and fanciness make, though? I know, that's the big question. Like, what am I missing out on? What am I missing out on? That is the biggest question of the century. And, you know, God, do I want to say this? So, like, I feel like I'm wrong, but I also feel like I'm right. I'm just gonna say it. Sometimes I feel like really high quality makeup that's supposedly gonna like fix all your problems and like be flawless and like last all day and not be smudgy and come off easily and not irritate your eyes and do all of the things perfectly. I feel like it's kind of like a mystery religion or like one of those secret doctor books that's been banned that has all of the real secrets to fix your health. Or something like that, where it's like the idea that there's something better is just a fantasy that humans have always had. And actually, the solution is stuff that we all know. And there's nothing special about it. And the solution is technique. For makeup. For makeup specifically, the solution is technique. You know? Like, to make makeup look good, the solution is being good at doing makeup. No magic product is gonna make you be good at doing makeup in the same way that like no food is gonna cure all your problems and make you beautiful and healthy. It's a variety of fruits and vegetables and whole grains and having like a balanced diet and a balanced lifestyle. There's not gonna be a freaking pill that'll give you those things. And same with mystery religions, right? The mystery religion thing is this. Whenever cults kind of pop up, mystery religion specifically refers to like a sort of group of fertility-based cults in Greece. But we've seen sort of similar trends pop up throughout history of these like mystery religions, where there's a secretive cult that has the secrets to immortality and to perfect spiritual oneness and blah 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 blah. And it's like, that's a fantasy, because actually the solution to perfect spiritual oneness and spiritual freedom isn't a religion. It's the practice of praying / meditating every day and being consistent and like taking care of your spiritual health in the frustrating, mundane ways that we all know we all should. There's no magic pill, and there is no magic foundation, and there's no magic eyeliner. It's just technique. You just have to do it well. Rock Vision, welcome to the chat. Glad to have you. Glad to have you, glad to have you. Destructicon says, I feel like when you get to mid-tier products in any industry, that's the best you'll get for the money. After that, it's all brand on the upcharge. Yeah. Sleepy sums up the first Kung Fu Panda movie perfectly. I haven't even seen Kung Fu Panda, but if that's the message, then I stan it. Jerome says, in my opinion, a lot of makeup or using the really fancy special one works like if you were wearing a mask, hides how you really look. One thing is dressing up and making yourself look nice, but another is covering up how you look. How do you feel about it? I think it's all about like the feeling of the person putting on the makeup. I don't know. Whenever someone wears like a lot of makeup from the time that they're in high school to the time that they're 80 years old, and every single morning they put on this like full face of makeup, I think that like is themselves. They're not like making themselves look different. They're not wearing a mask. There's a point where that's like, oh, that just like is their identity. And I don't think there's any lie or any falsehood in that. That is how they it's like fashion, right? It's like, that's just who you are. And then there's some people who like to do costumes, right? who sometimes on Tuesdays they like dress like a cyberpunk e-girl, and then on Wednesdays they dress like a cottagecore whatever. And none of these things are lies or masks. They're all just like fun costumes, right? And I think that that's a relationship that you can have with your performance. And I think that everyone kind of forms a different relationship with the way that they present themselves to the world. And that's fine. And then sometimes people are purposefully masking and lying because they're like being sneaky, right? And I think that's the only time when it's a lie. You know what I mean? It's all about the feeling of how you put it on and like the relationship that you have to it. I don't think it's, when it comes to performance, makeup, fashion, I don't think that it's something that people from the outside can't like accuse someone of having a specific mindset or intent, because they just don't know it. You know what I mean? And I think, yeah, everyone has a different relationship with the clothes that they're putting on, with the makeup they're putting on. But what about when the makeup is off? Would they feel like they're not themselves? Yes, but I think that that's fine. Like there's a lot of let's say a lot of Muslim women don't feel like they're themselves when they take off their hijab, right? They feel a little naked, and it's like, I don't feel myself when I take off my glasses. I feel very weird. I feel different. I feel a little naked, I feel a little confused, and it's not just because I don't have my vision. I actually feel like I'm not myself. And a lot of women identify with their daily makeup, and that's okay and normal. Men are like this too. Men have their fucking boots, okay? I'll actually say, I mean, maybe I shouldn't. Actually, I won't out these people in my family. But there's a man in my family who wears the same shoes every day, and it's not like an autism thing, it's an identity thing, okay? He's known for wearing these boots everywhere he goes. It's his thing. He's a social guy. It's his thing. It's his boots. And he does not feel like himself when the boots are off. Beards, yeah, beards are kind of analogous. I would say the thing that makes beards different is that it's actually more effort to not have the beard than to have the beard, right? So in a way, shaving the beard is the costume. Or like grooming the beard in the specific way is the costume, and just having the wild hair, the wild man hair is like the least false. But yeah, like we all make choices with our performance that become part of our identity, and then we feel a little naked without it, and that's fine. It's super fine and normal. And also, hello, Sinchobe. Thank you so much for your stream. Thank you. I don't feel the same without my sleepy shirt. Amazing. Honestly, that's the goal, okay? I want all of you to wear the shirt, the sleepy shirt, and never take it off. Let it be your identity. I associate my identity with my long trench coat and ASMR hat. Yes, excellent. But I don't have one. Ugh, Richard PMK. Sounds like a you problem. I was gonna get the hat to wear for when I knocked the other day for a bit, but I'm just not a hat guy. Aw, thanks, Jobe. That's okay. I think I should get the hat for my dad. I think that would be funny. I just thought of that just now. Oh my god, should I get that hat for my dad? Oh my god, my dad's a hat guy. I'd be interested in the OG logo shirt though if you would ever do it. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Get people to send in testimonials about your merch. You know, I thought about it. I thought about making a specific Discord channel for merch testimonials and for merch photos. Click, 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 click. Have you used the shirt in public? Yes, I have. And I've worn all of the merch in public. The hoodie I've worn the most in public because I think it's very comfy and it's also very warm. Bro, I'll make a video. Oh my god, Sanchobe, amazing. Oh, can I make a whole advertisement for like a sponsor segment made out of customer testimonials for my merch? Oh my god. Can I do that? If I made a merch testimonials Discord where y'all could send like 10 to 15-second clips wearing the merch, would you actually do it? If 3 people say yes, then I will do it. If 3 people say yes, 3 people who have merch, then I will do it, because I only need 3. Freddy with an IE says yes. Sinchobe kind of already said yes. We have 2? We have 2? I think that's maybe a yes from Destructicon. Okay. Alright, I'll do it. Sleepy, have you been eating squash nut, be honest? No. I'm just pink. I'm just pink, okay? Click. I have a red face, too. I have a red face and orange hands. This is just who I am, alright? It's just my personality. I wouldn't feel myself if I weren't orange. Honestly. You're the pink kind of white person? I am. Constant attention. I am the pink kind of white person. I have makeup on my face right now to make me look less red. It's actually very interesting, okay? It's actually very interesting. In person, I look pretty normal, but my camera brings out all the colors. I don't even have saturation turned up, but it brings out every color much more than it actually exists in real life. When I don't wear makeup in front of this camera, I look like a tomato, okay? It looks so bad. I look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I look like a freaking political cartoon about Irish immigration in like the 1890s. It's so bad. And so I put on makeup. To calm down my redness, and I'm still this red. So, and it's not like rosacea. It's not like painful inflammation. It's just actually the color of my face. Amiri Viri and Sinchobe, thank you very much. Thank you for your subs. Amiri Viri, and Sinchobe S click I dot ench CH click O click B E click. Thank you. Verome! Oh my gosh, thank you for gifting 5 subs, and Destructicon, thank you for gifting a sub. Thank you. F shk A click R shk A click O shk M. Thank you. Oh wait, Sinchobe, you wanted me to give your name trace to to Destructicon, but then Destructicon gave it back. I'll just give everyone a name trace, including K Marseille. Thank you, K Marseille. Q shk U click E shk M A shk R shk S E click. Thank you. And Destructicon D E shk S D click R shk O C D click Boysenberry sepsis. Thank you for your bits. Thank you for your bits. Thank you for your bits. I hope you get an antibiotic soon. Bits for antibiotics. Thank you so much, Boysenberry sepsis. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna give JD a name trace too. Just for fun. JADE17. Click, click, with an underscore in the middle. And a name trace for boysenberry sepsis. Just for fun. Just for the hope of antibiotics. Antibiotics, antibiotics. New technology. B, click, O, Y, S, N, click, B, E, R, click, Y, S, E, click, P, S, I, dot, S, click. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Farewell, farewell. Farewell, good night. Can you pretend to be a wind spirit trying to close my window? Your windows are so heavy. Like that. Green Ninja, thank you. Green Ninja for gifting us up, thank you. G, click, click, R, E, N, I, dot, N, J, click, A, N. Thanks. Thanks. Can you pretend to be a fire spirit trying to burn me alive? What was that? Oh my goodness. That was an earth spirit up there. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. Boysenberry sepsis, thank you for your bits. 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 Thank you very much. Hype chest? What the heck? This is new. What happens if I open it? Golden Kappa for 24 hours? Ah, I have a golden Kappa. You know what is the weirdest thing about my monetization thing that I looked at the other day? Let's see if I can find it. I thought it was so weird. So, Twitch shows you your total estimated revenue and where it all comes from. So there's paid subs, prime subs, gifted subs, multi-month gifted subs, ads, turbo cheering, hype chat, extensions, bounties, other bits, interactions, and experiment. I don't know what experiment is, but I have made $1.20 from experiment. And I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what experiment is. Apparently last pay period I only made 90 cents from experiment, so I guess that's a little bit of a level up. Rodman! Is that actually experiment? It looks so crazy. What is that? What is that? Try effect. Power-ups and rewards. Support always slightly sleepy with bits or channel points to unlock fun and interactive benefits. That's so interesting. Ah, the giant emotes and such. Gotcha. Interesting. Interesting. I also don't know what Turbo is. Earnings from Turbo subscribers who enjoy ad-free viewing. Oh, so that's like Twitch Plus, kind of? Okay, so they just don't have ads anywhere? Is that right? Do Turbo viewers just not have ads anywhere, but they don't sub? Like YouTube Premium? Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Turbo is like Prime on steroids. Okay, okay. How interesting. How interesting. How interesting. Curious. Oh my gosh, it's singed doing experiments. I still haven't watched the next 3 episodes of Arcane, but I am hype. I am hyped to watch them. I'm super excited. I want to watch them. Oh my gosh, Rotman. I love that emote so much. You know, my emotes are so small, as all emotes are, but I just gotta say, I really like my emotes, and the bigger the better. You're so cute. She's so cute. Power-ups that cost bits. Gotcha. Sad that the glasses aren't round there. The emote is made based off of my older glasses, which did kind of look like that. So that's why they look like that. But probably if I got new emotes, I would use these. You still have them? Yes. Don't get excited. They're in another room. And I'm not standing up, okay? Do you still wear them? No, I don't. I just wear these. Forehead era. You know, I've been playing around with trying to split my bangs, but the way that they part is like a little bit of an issue because I don't really want to split. They really want like these hairs, they really like hanging out in the middle. They don't really want to go either way. But I've been playing around. Split bangs. That one really likes to be in the middle. It's really the best I can do. was sad. Also because I was playing Minecraft listening to a theology podcast. Honestly, K-Song, that sounds like a much better time. Nothing like Minecraft while playing or while learning about theology and philosophy, or any like, repetitive game. Gosh, fun times. One of my friends used to use their parents' Netflix account to watch stuff, and they had like a TV that they watched Netflix on, and this was like a year or two ago, where Netflix made it so that you could only watch on a certain number of TVs connected to the account, so basically they got kicked off, and they were like super upset about it, and they were like, I'm not even gonna watch Netflix anymore. I'm gonna boycott because I can't watch it on my TV anymore. And I just think that's so unfair, because I have the account, but I just can't watch it on the TV, so I'm boycotting it. And I was like, girl, I hate to tell you this, but it sounds like you just can't watch Netflix anymore. Like, it doesn't sound like you're boycotting. It sounds like you just can't watch Netflix anymore. Because it's not like you were paying for it before. You know what I mean? You were never a Netflix customer. And you are still not a Netflix customer. And the only reason you've stopped is because you can't watch it on your TV anymore. Because you can't use your parents' account anymore on your TV. So I don't think this is a boycott. I think you just can't afford Netflix. The fact we're now getting ads on most of these services now, despite paying us jokes. Dude, I know. I will say, like, ads suck. And they've always sucked. But it's not like ads are really new. Like, in ye olden Greco-Roman theater, I can't think of the word for what is the stage called? What is the Greek? My brain is saying mausoleum and pantheon, and it's not those. The big circle theater with amphitheater. God, thank you, Uso. That is what I needed. Amphitheater. In ye olden days of Greco-Roman amphitheaters, it's not like there weren't ads. Like, there were probably people during shows, like, yelling at you to, like, buy their chickens. You know what I mean? Like, right off the stage. Or, like, right above and behind you. There were probably people, like, buy your chickens over here. Except, like, in Greek. Buy this thing. Would you like a new robe? And they were probably like throwing horse shit on you and then being like, oh, looks like you've got some horse shit on your robe. Do you want a new one? So we've always been dealing with it, is my point. And at least now they can't touch us. At least they can't touch us through the screen. Chicka, 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 chicka. Click, click, click. Click, click, click. What's your opinion on new metal or the new Linkin Park? I have no opinion on it. I have no opinion at all. Zero opinion. Actually, no. Not only do I have no opinion, but I have no knowledge, to be quite honest. But what's your opinion on it? What's your opinion on it? Shuk, shuk. Hello, Jose. Welcome in. Welcome in. Kai W the second says, I work in PR. Covert advertising is my bag. All right, I'll be sure to be extra skeptical of everything you say. Okay. Everyone be skeptical of what Kai W says. They're just trying to sell you shit. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. That's all I'm saying. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. I promise you I have better things to do with my weekend than my job. Yeah, that's what they all say. That's what all the salespeople say, you know? They say, I'm just talking to you because I like you so much. I'm just talking to you because you're my friend. Let me show you my shoes and how cool they are because you're my friend. You know? I don't tell everyone about how cool these shoes are. But I'll tell you, friend. I don't know what's harder than being like a professional salesman or like a professional therapist when it comes to your personal life. Dude, professional salesmen, professional therapists, and massage therapists, they've got to have it so hard. Just trying to be fucking like normal, you know what I mean? And like have a normal life. I feel so sorry for them. I feel so sorry for them all. Or an interrogator. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe being skeptical of them was their plan all along. Yeah. Perhaps. Trinidad. Welcome to the chat. It's why therapists have therapists. Yeah, to deal with their job. Hilarious. Hilarious. A salesperson, a therapist, and a masseuse walk into a bar. Oof. It's not long before a lawyer walks in, okay? Mortis, thank you for your tip. Yes, please allow me to read something for you. I would love to read something for you. What would you like? What would you like? What would you like? What would you like? Shakataka, 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 shakataka. Up at the harvest, you've got it. I know some dudes who are interrogators in the army, and the common joke is that when they're not doing their job, they're manipulating their friendships, and then their job is paying a foreign national to lie to them. Dude, that's rough. That's so rough. I was thinking about false confessions. Oh yeah, I remember. There's a pretty good false confession moment in this book, and I think that kind of also reminded me of Elon Musk. And I forgot to mention it on my last stream. My last stream I was talking about how Cosimo Medici reminds me of Elon Musk, not because of his character, but because of the place he held in Italy and his relationship to the people, like who he was to the people. But anyway, let's read Harvest by Opeth. Stay with me a while, rise above the file, name my final rest poured into my chest. Into the orchard I walk past, peering way past the gate, wilted scenes for us who couldn't wait, drained by coldest caress, stalking shadows ahead, halo of death, all I see is departure. Mourners lament, but it's me who's the martyr. Pledge yourself to me, never leave me be. Sweat breaks on my brow. Given time ends now. Into the orchard I walk, peering way past the gate. Wilted scenes for us who couldn't wait. Drained by the coldest caress, stalking shadows ahead. Halo of death, all I see is departure. Mourners lament, but it's me who's the martyr. Spirit painted sin, embers neath my skin, veiled in pale embrace, reached and touched my face. Into the orchard I walked past, way past the gate. Wilted scenes for us who couldn't wait, drained by the coldest caress. Stalking shadows ahead, halo of death, all I see is departure. Mourners lament, but it's me who's the martyr. It's a good line. Mourners lament, but it's me who's the martyr. I'm into that. Darth Kratos, thank you for your prime. Darth Kratos, dishk, eiklik, arshk, tishk, hinchk, si, arshk, a, ti, yushk, esk. Thank you. Yes, the fake confession moment. So, let's see if I can remember. Basically, Ronaldo something Albisi, I think is his last name, is like Cosimo Medici's biggest enemy. They both have a lot of money. They're both Italian aristocrats who have a lot of money. And Ronaldo is a little bit more of a traditionalist. Cosimo is a little bit more of a humanist. A little bit more of a someone who's into, new art and new science and translating Arabic works into the vernacular. He's a little bit more into all this like new agey stuff. Ronaldo's a staunch traditionalist. And at one point, Ronaldo imprisons Cosimo. And Cosimo is terrified, sitting in a kind of a dungeon, but like in a house, but like a house dungeon. And he's so scared that he's going to be poisoned. He isn't eating the food. He's horrified. And at this point, Ronaldo doesn't have anything to charge him with yet, officially. But Ronaldo is trying to get criminal charges pressed on him. And so he eventually finds one of Cosimo's artist friends and tortures him publicly, or he gets his men to torture the artist friend publicly until artist friend confesses that he knows Cosimo was doing illegal money stuff. I don't even remember what it was. Illegal money stuff. So he gets this public confession and uses it to accuse Cosimo of these crimes. And that was actually one of the biggest, like, breakdowns of Ronaldo's plan, because everyone heard about what Ronaldo's men did to this artist and got pissed off because this artist was a little sweetheart. And everyone was like, oh my god, how dare you? Also, we all know that confession is bullshit because you were stretching him. What do you think this is? The 1200s? It's the 1400s now, my brother. We don't just torture people until we get confessions. Except sometimes they did, obviously. So everyone was just pissed. And everyone was like, this just makes us want to free Cosimo even more. But Ronaldo did technically get like a legally sound confession, so he was able to use that confession to continue with getting Cosimo exiled. But it was a fake news moment. It was a fake news moment that was very effective in kind of radicalizing both sides of the argument. You know what I mean? Because there were people who hated Cosimo, and there were people who loved Cosimo. He was a very polarizing figure. Yeah. This might be fake news, but I think I remember reading a stat that said something like 80% of torture confessions are false confessions. Yeah, I think I remember hearing that too. Where do we stand on Cosimo? I can't tell, honestly. Cosimo is a good hound name. You're right on that, Wuzo. Or Wuzu, sorry. Where do we stand on Cosimo? I mean, I can't... Ideologically, I don't think he's bad. I haven't read anything where I'm like, oh, I hate this take of Cosimo's. When it comes to his behavior in his personal life, it's pretty hard to tell whether or not he was like a good, like someone who was cool or not. I really can't tell. He did cool stuff. He definitely, I mean, he funded the Renaissance in a massive way, so I think that he had a positive effect on like a lot of Italian historical moments and Italian history. But like he was sketchy. He also, you know, had like a main family and like a side family, but he paid for them all. And everyone seemed okay with it. Very Elon Muskian again. So like, you know, I don't know if I would like the guy. Probably not, but he's one of those figures that's like too long ago for me to have a take on like whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. He was just a guy and he happened, but he's recent enough in history that he feels familiar. He feels familiar in a lot of ways. Like his world wasn't very different from our world. We're kind of in a similar place when it comes to like how the empire stands, you know what I mean? And the forces that influence us. There's the church, there's the government, there's the money, there's the people, there's the mansions, there's the art, there's the science. We have similar forces, so like he feels familiar enough to be very interesting, but foreign enough and different enough that I can't really have an opinion on whether he was like a good guy or a bad guy. Yeah. Let me see. I think towards the end of the chapter that I just read, there was a pretty, good... Yeah, it's right at the end of the last chapter I read. There's a painting, a long description of a painting. Alright, I'm going to read a little bit about Cosimo. Cosimo de Medici was now at the height of his powers, entering upon the period that earned him his place in history. From now on, he would become more than an extremely skillful banker, more than a canny and manipulative ruler, more even than a generous and discerning patron. Such people have little cause to be remembered much beyond their time, but Cosimo would transcend himself, emerging as the richest man of his age, the founder of a dynasty, the man who encouraged the first flowering of the Renaissance. Yet who was this man who would indissolubly link the Medici name with one of the turning points of Western culture? There are several contemporary portraits, most of which seem to flatter a somewhat nondescript appearance, though there are hints that beneath the veneer of social skill, Cosimo inherited elements of his father's awkward, driven temperament. Once again, the most revealing portrait was painted posthumously. This is by Jacopo da Pontormo, and was painted more than half a century after Cosimo's death. Here there is little attempt to flatter or to deceive. It seems to be a balanced but shrewd psychological study, a final summing up of a remarkable man. Its clear-eyed depiction has a distinct air of verisimilitude and may well have drawn on some more realistic contemporary sketches that have not survived. Cosimo poses dressed in a plain but well-cut fur-lined scarlet gown, with his sallow-skinned, hollow-cheeked face turned away from the painter, revealing the prominent Medici nose and a large fleshy ear. But what is striking, and is even hinted at in some of the flattering contemporary portraits, is Cosimo's posture, which is slightly twisted and looks more than a little uncomfortable. In later life, Cosimo would suffer from gout and arthritis, yet Pontormo's portrait seems to suggest something more than his later physical ailments, implying something deeply uneasy in his character. Most interestingly of all are the hands, which are inelegantly grasped, one in the other, but at the same time emphatic. They draw attention to themselves by their very inability to achieve composure. This is not an aristocrat at ease with himself, his dynasty, and his inherited surroundings. This is the son of a man who emerged from the people, a man secretly aware of his own fallibility, his ordinary humanity. Cosimo de Medici may have inherited his father's driven nature, and he may have achieved much through ambition, but he was lucky too, and he understood his fortunate humanity as his greatest blessing. Such was the man who would do so much to promote the new humanism that was coming to life in Florence, and play such a leading role in the Renaissance, to which it gave birth. I think that's a pretty good character illustration. So Cosimo was not good or bad, but he existed within the context. He did exist within the context of all that came before him. I actually want to look up this portrait because I haven't seen it. Cosimo de Medici Pontormo portrait. Oh, this is it. I will show you, my friends. Please allow me to show you. Let's see. There he is. There he is. Cosimo de Medici by Pontormo. These are his hands, inelegantly grasped. Inelegantly And his fleshy ear, and his Medici nose, apparently. I'm curious what got you interested in this particular era of these figures. So actually, my interest is in Catherine de Medici. I think she is fascinating for many, many reasons. And so I started reading about the Medici family because I'm interested in her. And I think he is her great-grandfather or something. So I'm slowly getting to her. Very slowly getting to Catherine. You're reading the prequels? Yes, I'm reading the prequels. And I'm also reading a book on Nostradamus, who's very interesting as well. He's kind of the other prequel to Catherine de Medici, reading the history of the Medici family and then Nostradamus's history. I'm gonna get to Catherine. Yes. Have y'all seen those paintings of the Medicis as Roman gods? No, I have not. That sounds hilarious, though. That sounds hilarious. Is Nostradamus related? Oh, he's not blood related, if that's what you mean, but he is involved in Catherine de Medici's life. He was her astrologer, confidant, good friend, and he was obviously the astrologer of many people. Yeah. Catherine is interesting because she had so much influence over all of Europe. She set up marriages, royal marriages, throughout all of Europe whenever she was at the kind of peak of her power. And she was deeply Catholic, and she kind of, one of her big motivations was keeping the Catholic Church in power throughout Europe. And that was a big motivating factor in who she wanted to marry and how she wanted them to marry and when and where and blah, 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 blah. But she was also a believer in astrology, and she would use Nostradamus's services a lot to, get intel or to get advice on how she should move and act. And the Medicis are interesting because they're deeply involved in the Catholic Church. They've even, at various points in history, managed the bank of the church. They've been the bank of the church. And they, also there was a Medici who was a pope. And whenever Catherine de Medici was at the height of her power, I believe it was her uncle who was the pope, who was a Medici. And also they were involved in the translation of a number of apocryphal texts. And this was probably not like a spiritual endeavor, but more of a sign of how they valued history. And so if there were apocryphal books that were found in Italy and France and wherever, they would take interest in them and go to the local monasteries to make sure that those apocryphal books or Gnostic Gospels could be translated and could be interpreted. And then, yeah, also Catherine was into astrology. So she's, I don't know, their family is just very, very interesting. They have their little hands all over the place, and they were merchants. They were a merchant family, so they just had tons and tons and tons of money and power. And yeah, I don't know. I think they're a curious family. They're a very curious family. Do any still remain? I'm not sure. If they do remain, I mean, they obviously don't have as much influence as they used to. So I don't know. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I'm still in the prequels, clearly. Maybe you're a Medici trying to take over the world. I don't think I have any Italian ancestry that I know of. My family has fairly good records on both sides with my ancestry, and I don't have, as far as I know, any significant Italian or English ancestry. But I have basically all of the rest of Europe. No Greek, but I have the most of my ancestry on my dad's side, it's French and Spanish, and then on my mom's side, it's Dutch and Irish, and a little bit of not Polish, German. So yeah, I missed out on the Italians. But, probably there's some. If we're real about it, they were all, mixing together. There's probably some. Thank you for the bits, Lonely. The Medici sounds like an Italian opera-influenced group of her guys in a game called the Genshin Impact known as the Fatui? With Figaro the Jester being the head. Interesting. Hello, crazy girl. Do you want to come up on my lap? Just saying hi? She's just saying hi. Question for the academics. Academics, I call upon you. Gracie, are you trying to tell me you're an academic? Is that what you're trying to say? I have a question, okay? I want to know what kind of citations you call the kind of citations that this book has, okay? So, I'm used to Chicago, MLA, and that's basically it. Those are the only two that I know. This book has no in-text citations. There's no in-text citations and no footnotes, alright? But at the end of the book, there are citations, or it says sources. It says sources, alright? And it goes chapter by chapter, and he just kind of talks about where he read his stuff. So, prologue. My description of the events that took place during the Potsy conspiracy draws on several contemporary and historical sources. The best eyewitness account is that of Angelo Poliziano, which is drawn upon by all those who describe the event in any detail. Unfortunately, this has not been translated. April Blood by Lauro Martinez, Cape 2003, is a scholarly but highly readable account of the entire conspiracy. So he just kind of talks about his sources. And then Part 1, Chapters 1 to 2. The best authority on early Florence is Renaissance Florence by Jean A. Brucker, Wiley, 1969. Raymond de Roover's The Rise and Decline of Medici Bank, Harvard University Press, 1963, is the classic work on the subject and is filled with all manner of unexpected gems, details of the accounts, tales of misdeeds by errant managers and far-flung branches, and so forth. It gives a fascinating picture of the Medici banking during the period from 1397 to 1494. So it's kind of like an annotated bibliography, but not really, because it's like shorter, and he does have the publishing company and the date, but he's just writing in sentences. He's just writing in sentences about his sources and how he achieved the information. Is there a name for this type of citation? Because this is not MLA. This is not Chicago. There's got to be a name. There's got to be a name for this, right? Does anyone know? Does anyone know? A librarian's nightmare is what we call this. I kind of agree. Vibes-based citation, APA? What kind of citations is it? I might know. Girl, I just talked about it. There's no in-text citation. There's no footnotes. There's just, at the end of the book, sources, where he goes chapter by chapter and talks about the citations. So he says the name of the piece, the publisher, and the date, and he kind of does a little annotated bibliography on it, like a one-sentence annotation, where he's like, this is where I learned about this, and this is where I learned about this. And then he, like, goes on to the other chapters. It sounds pretty informal. It's not really a citation. I mean, it's an informal citation. It is a citation. Crazy is pulling on all my wires right now. Sorry for the noise. Sounds far more practical than normal references. I think it's less practical, but more human. Normal citations are actually extremely practical. Like, I hate to be a little citation hugger here, but citations are actually pretty based. Like, if you're actually into, like, reading like historical stuff or science stuff, you really do learn to love your source lists, and like the nice clean format of them, just a big list. It's very nice. But this is also interesting to me. It's compelling. It's like a little bit more like chatty of like a sources list. Look at my cat. Isn't she the best one? Isn't she the best cat ever? Can I move myself? Can I move myself a little bit? Oh no, I can't. That's as low as I go. I'm sorry. I thought I could be lower. She's so sweet. Little baby. Little baby cat. Little baby cat. Shaka, 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 shaka. Shaka, 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 shaka. Screen is a bit far to the right. Are you happy? Face rubs, face rubs, face rubs. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Rah. Rah. Why do cats love having their faces stretched so much? You know what I mean? Like, face stretch, face stretch, face stretch. As someone who has little academic reading, I feel rather than just referencing a book, explaining that what bit is from the book is a lot easier to consume, unless I'm wrong, that's how normal referencing is done. It's definitely easier to consume, I'll give him that. But I'm a big fan of footnotes. I love footnotes. Which is kind of, a lot of times footnotes are a little Chicago-y, but it's like, you have your little reference, your in-text citation that leads you to a footnote, or to, like at the end of the chapter, having an index that goes more into detail. I love where you have the source and you have like a little annotated bibliography. I love it when I love in-text citations. I love in-text citations, because it's like, as you read, whenever you're like, huh? Even if you don't know that you're like, huh? Like, the citation is kind of like a read more. The in-text citation is like, if you want to know more about this, go here. And so you get a very direct source of like, what to read next. For me, as a lover of learning, and as someone who's not a professor and not an academic, for me, citations aren't necessarily like for fact checking, right? I'm not like, how do you know that this is the truth? For me, citations and in-text citations are like, to help fuel your kind of reading list and your curiosity. Like, there will be a sentence in a chapter, and then there will be an in-text citation, and then you go to it, and it's like, there's a whole book about that one sentence if you want. There's a whole book about that one sentence. So if you think that one sentence is interesting, you can read this whole book about it. And that's fun and useful. And I mean, sometimes you end up getting some really cool citations from that. Did you write many of them in college? Oh yeah. Oh yes, I did. Oh yes, I did. Oh yes, I did. Agreed, I've discovered amazing books I never would have read without the index. Exactly. And like, the internet has a wealth of knowledge. I've talked about this before, but I'm really going to say it again because I think it's something that people don't know, and it makes me sad and frustrated, okay? People don't know this because there's an assumption that the internet has all the knowledge, right? But the internet doesn't have all the knowledge, because the internet only has, generally, within its big online brain, text. Things that have been transcribed into text that is searchable, okay? There are books that have been scanned, and there is technology to scan the faces of books and transcribe them into searchable PDF text, but that has not happened to every book. That has happened to a tiny, tiny sliver of books. Tiny, 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 tiny. The internet only knows what is on the internet, okay? And that is why one college library will have more deep dives on more information than almost anything that you can find. Like, if I wanted to learn everything about toe fungus, I go to the internet to find the books to get at the library. I can learn a lot about toe fungus on the internet, but it's all going to be quoting itself from like 5, 6, maybe 20 maximum, like different papers and articles, just interquoting, blah, 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 blah. But a library, a college library, will have maybe only 5 books on toe fungus, but the wealth of information in those 5 books, it's gonna be a whole book. It's so much more. It's so much more than you can find on the internet. Books have so much more information than exists on the internet because it hasn't all been transcribed. When books are en masse systematically transcribed and put into the internet, then the internet will be smart. And then AI will be, or like ChatGPT, Perplexity AI, these things will be so much better than they are now. Because now it's just pulling from Google. It's just pulling from the internet. And it can look at, the internet can tell you what books to read, but the internet can't actually read books because the technology to transcribe this has not been done en masse. It has not been done en masse. It has not been done en masse. And in my opinion, it should. It's one of the greatest things that's holding us back because I know that the technology exists. But basically, it just isn't being done. It just isn't being done. And so, whenever you're interested in a topic, learning about it on the internet will only get you the surface level knowledge of it. Always, listen to me, always, you will only get surface level knowledge if you're researching something on the internet. Unless maybe what you're researching is internet specific, like if you're talking about like internet lore or something, then like, yeah, there's some stuff that's internet specialized, but like history, medicine, psychology, space, dinosaurs, language, whatever, like, so much more is in books than is on the internet. The internet just does not have the information yet, and it should, because the technology exists for the internet to have it, but it's not there yet. It's not there yet. Bah. Gonna start reading books to my router so that I can enjoy them too. Good. Kate to be my GF, thank you so much for your sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. K, click, click, ishk, T, click, ishk, underscore B, click, ishk, underscore M, click, click, Y, shk, underscore G, click, up, sk. Thank you, thank you. I'd be super interested in old books being scanned. Yeah, the thing that's holding the internet back from like having all of these books in its database and its information is that it requires a human to do something. Hopefully, I mean, I think the technology should exist that like computers can look at a scan of a page and perfectly transcribe it and turn it into text. That technology exists. I don't know how accessible it is. I hope that that is what happens. But even if that does happen, you need a human on a machine turning from page to page and scanning books. And you need to do it to thousands, millions of books. So it's gonna take a long time for this kind of thing to happen. I feel like the fastest version is like a robot being able to do that, or like some kind of machine to be able to like carefully flip books page by page, move on to the next book, like a how it's made perfect machine thing. But even that, well, it'll just take time because it's a task where you have to turn every single page, right? Turning pages can already be automated. My library does this. Right, it does. But it needs to be done quickly in front of a scanner, and then those scans need to be zooted into a system that will transcribe all the text and put it all on the internet. And then the overlords of the world need to not be so greedy as to paywall that stuff, right? Which is frustrating because obviously authors need money and I want authors to have money, but I also want the internet to have all the information and to have it all be publicly accessible. So this is like, I have an internal conflict because like, I don't know what the right thing to do is here. I don't know economically how to make this like right for the world, but because we use the internet for research, I feel like a lot of research texts should be free, but like academics need money, so complicated. For sure, legal hurdles on modern books, right. Tons of books are destroyed as waste as well. The longer time goes on, the more likely every copy is taken out of circulation. Right? Slam Dunkins. Very true. Very true. I remember hearing about obscure papers. If you actually need it and can get in contact with the authors of the paper, many researchers are happy to give you a private copy and are happy to hear people looking at their work. Yeah. Super true. Anyway, my friends, it is time for me to finish streaming. It is time for the end. Who are we going to read today? Also, what should I name this stream? We talked about the Medicis some more. We talked about scanning books. What did we start talking about? What was the beginning of the stream about? I don't remember. Ketchup, right. We did talk about ketchup. Here. Ketchup, Medici lore, and the internet is not good enough. How is that? Let's read Enchanting Bunny, okay, my friends? Good night. Sleep well. Oh, we did talk about the apocalypse. Nah, that's fine. That'll be a surprise for everyone. Good night. Good night.